The girl had just been kicked out of her home by her parents when, the very next second, a murderer started stalking her. Fortunately, 2 dogs ahead warned her that someone was following her. Hearing this, the girl was instantly terrified and rushed over to ask the dogs who was tracking her. The dogs immediately pulled out a wanted poster and told her it was that very person behind her. Panicked, the girl immediately called her non-biological older brother, begging him to come save her. But he thought she was lying and hung up right away. With no other choice, the girl had to flee as fast as she could. Yet, halfway through her escape, her little pet informed her that the murderer was already tailing her again. Helpless, she called her biological brother instead, telling him she was being chased by a killer. But the moment she hung up, the murderer lunged at her, grabbed her, and was about to attack, when suddenly, at the critical moment, her real brother appeared, swiftly subdued the killer, and slapped handcuffs on him. Overwhelmed with emotion, the girl thought to herself, "This newly reunited brother is so much better than that scheming, self-serving, fake brother I lived with for over 20 years. After all, just recently her parents had thrown her out the moment they found their real biological daughter, treating her, the fake heiress, as disposable. That's why her non-blood-related brother didn't care whether she lived or died, while her newly found biological brother came running the instant he heard she was in danger. She could understand animals because she'd been born with this special ability." Just then, police officers arrived, alerted by her brother. Accompanying them was the scheming male colleague, who flew into a rage upon hearing the killer had been caught by them. After all, he'd been tracking that murderer for 6 whole months, and now her brother had stolen his credit and potential promotion. Moreover, the girl learned from the police that there was a 500,000 UN reward for helping capture the murderer. She was overjoyed. After all, she'd just been thrown out of her house with not a single cent to her name. Afterward, she returned home with her brother. To her surprise, he was incredibly caring and affectionate, doting on her and showing genuine concern. When she mentioned wanting to find a job, he initially disagreed but eventually gave in to her determination. Seeing how kind her brother was, the girl decided to use her special ability to help her lowly police officer brother get promoted and earn more, freeing him from the scheming colleague's oppression. The next day, she went to a pet store to apply for a job, but despite searching everywhere, no one would hire her. She immediately realized the scheming woman must be behind this, blacklisting her. Meanwhile, that same scheming woman, determined to crush the girl completely, hatched another malicious plan. Upon hearing about a murder at a zoo, she immediately called her assistant and ordered her to lure the girl there by offering her the position of zoo director. The very next second, the girl received a job interview invitation from the zoo. Thrilled, finally someone wanted to hire her. She rushed over immediately, but as soon as she arrived, the manager eagerly pushed her to start work right away, handed her a director's ID badge, and then fled. When the girl turned back to look for him, he'd already vanished, terrified of facing reporters and the victim's family. Yet, the next second, the victim's relatives spotted her. Seeing her badge labeled zoo director, they immediately confronted her, demanding answers, convinced the victim had been killed by one of the zoo's tigers. But the girl stayed calm, telling them she'd assist with the investigation and urging them not to get worked up. She then headed straight to the crime scene. There, she found the scheming male colleague as well,